Hello again, guys. It's Jim, the Pawoodsman channel. We're just going to do a video today regarding bags. Today's video is just going to be on my bug out bag. That's my most recent acquisition. What you see laying here is a ILBE pack designed for the United States military, actually the Marine Corps, and they're now out in surplus since they changed their bags. This is a bag capable of carrying a lot of weight, and that was the reason I went with this pack, because in the bug out scenario you're going to be carrying a significant amount of gear with you to survive off of your back. You're not going to be able to carry everything that you need to sustain yourself. People that keep getting more and more stuff and adding it's unrealistic, folks. You got to lug this on your back. So I personally would probably keep this thing is rated for 110 pounds. In all actuality, I'll be keeping it around 50 to 60, half of the weight that it's recommended for. What you see here on this generation of pack is an outside pouch, which is capable of being rolled down out of the way if you wanted it to be. But it also has the ability to hold your water bladder in the front. That protects the inside compartments. That in case it would leak, it would not get in on your dry clothing or sleeping bag. Also, easy access to remove it in order to fill it. This bladder here is a source bladder in another United States Marine Corps surplus bladder carrier. It was a coyote tan. I did my own version of a camouflage, and it turned out okay, but I still want to get an actual camouflage one eventually. But I have an inline water filter inline with this. It's the Sawyer Mini. What's nice about this bag, I'm not going to take it out right now. It's just like your platypus. It has a zip top with a big opening. You can go down to the creek, scoop your water, go, and keep going, and just drink through the tubing, and it's going to filter it as you go. If I'm cooking something, of course, I'm going to be boiling it anyhow, so that'll get any impurities there. So, which I'm going to probably add some other sort of water bladder with this. I have extras, haven't done it yet. That way I can carry more than 3 liters. I don't think there's anything else in this. So. Pouch-wise, this thing is a limited bag on that. There is a lot of MOLLE webbing that you can use to connect other pouches to the outside if you wish. But like I said, in all reality, you want to keep the weight to a minimum, because you're going to have to carry this, of course. It has an outside lid pouch. Story my dining room table here. Nice padded belt, shoulder straps, quick releases, access to the sides. Decent pack. There's been many reviews online about this pack, so I'm not going to bore you with that. And top, what I'm keeping, I have a Sidewinder flashlight made by Streamlight, with a surplus. I have a pair of sunglasses, safety glasses, Hank about 50 feet of paracord. Need to tighten that up a little bit better. The all-important poop pack, which I need to add some baby wipes to it. But that's the gent of the pack itself. It's just one very large open area inside. So if you want to protect any of the gear, you're going to have them individual pouches, as well as a trash can liner or whatever to keep everything dry. Okay, put that here. I'm going to organize this better when we're done with the video. Let's see. What I keep in here is one of the heavier duty reflective emergency blankets. I normally use this as a what's the word? The ground pad, and I put the reflective area up And that's all going to be dependent too of the scenario I'm in. If I'm trying to hide, be stealthy, I'm not going to have the silver area up because I don't want anything reflecting light back. That's another reason I went with this bag too. When you're going to bug out, you're going to more or less hide. You want to be stealth. I'll get more into depth on talking about bugging out here in a few moments when we're done. Here's another military surplus. This is a dry bag. And here I have some extra clothing, socks, t-shirt, underwear. Not a whole lot. This is a U.S. military, I believe it's the Marine Corps. Again, it is Marine Corps. I believe it's a 7x6. It's a tarp. It's waterproof, flame retardant. It's got the Marpad outside, tan on the inside. I have 4 of the eastern states inside and already have the paracord attached to the ridge lines. I mean the tie out, excuse me. So that's that. Let's see. Over here is a USGI bivy bag, because this stuff I'll be sleeping on the ground, low to the ground, keeping a low profile. I'll get to that, like I said, later. Here for this time of year, I have a 0-degree Wheaties sleeping bag. It's synthetic, so if I'm wet, I can get in there and I'll still stay warm. If the bag gets wet, I'll still stay warm. The sad thing about bugging out bags, you try to keep them prepared at all times with the exception of maybe water. In another month, that's going to be too much bag. But let's say you're out there for a year come winter. Do I want to cut down to the 40 degrees intermediate bag that the military has, which I do have downstairs, or do I want to keep that with me and just open it up and drape it? And I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but that's going to be a hard decision to make on that. Food. Yes, this is part of my food. This is pre-made snares. I'm not going to be able to carry enough food to last me a long period of time. Yes, I can supplement what I have out here with this, or I might have to resort to this when I depleted my normal food sources I've brought with me. I can try to ration so much of it and make this last. I probably have, if I stretched it out, maybe a week's worth of food here. That ain't a long time. Another method of acquiring food, I have my fishing kit, some more paracord, a fishing reel, and the that pocket fisherman reel pole I had there. I've seen it before. Just another method of acquiring food out there. And this is my cook kit. Aluminum windscreen made out of flashing. Fork and spoon. I went with the steel there because there's always a chance the plastic stuff can break out there, guys, and then you're without unless you whittle yourself something. And my cooking pots here. This here you've seen before. This is the GSI Minimalist pot. This has my cat tan alcohol stove lighter, windscreen. It's pork in here. This mostly is going to be used for making my coffee, water, tea, or whatever, and drinking utensil. Then I went ahead since my last video and purchased one of the grease pots from Walmart. Made its own cozy. side here is going to be another method of preparing my food, and that is my DIY, excuse me, wood gas stove. You don't see a saw here. I'm not planning on making large fires to prepare my meal. I want to keep my temperature low and stay as stealthy as possible. This way the smoke is minimal with the wind screen, and if I tuck it in beside some stones or something, it's going to help deflect the flames more or less. It's not going to be as noticeable. And I'm going to try to always do my cooking in the daylight. That way it's less noticeable if flame is getting to show. So. But that's my cook kit. Now, some things you're not seeing laid out here, of course, is my first aid kit. I'm going to have that on my person. My ribs pack has my knife, a couple of redundancies, and like a light my fire striker. It has the Vaseline soaked cotton balls. It has wet fire, headlamps, a lot of redundancy to the fact. But I'm not burning it out because you've already seen that before. But like I said, this is still a in-process type of thing I'm doing. And like I said, we're going to keep it down to probably 50 or 60 pounds. Because the reality of it, folks, is you can only haul so much on your back. You can only take so much food with you until you're going to run out. You're either going to have to catch wild game, fish, find wild edibles if you're so familiarized with them. You may have to loot, find somebody else's stuff that's laying around. I know it may sound unethical, but when it comes down to survival, you're going to have to do what you have to do. Myself, I have a reserve of fat cells I can burn off for a while, so I'm not too worried about that. But I still need to keep my energy level so I can function out there. Knife and stuff like that's also in my ribs pack. Plus I'll have my Navy Mark I knife with me as well. Sharpening stones and stuff like that to keep my knife sharp while I'm out there. And other means of getting game. But yeah, we're prepping for this, hoping it never happens, because folks, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be light camping probably the first couple days. Then after that, you're going to be like, damn, this sucks. You're going to be out in all the elements. You're going to be low on food. You're just going to be struggling to survive. And you'll be just avoiding people because you don't know who wants to take what you have and who doesn't. So it's better to avoid than to socialize, you know. There's no easy way of saying it, folks. It's going to be every man for themselves out there. Yes, some groups are, you know, pre-planned families to work together and that's wonderful if you have that ability. But there's just going to be people out there with no clue. They're just putting stuff together, thinking, okay, I'm going to survive off of this until help arrives or whatever. But when you're going to bug out, there's not going to be help arriving, folks. It's just going to be survival until some normalcy comes to be. And I don't know, I hate painting such a gloom picture, but it's going to be a reality. So, alright guys, I want to thank you always for watching the Pawoodsman's channel. And as I always say at closing, God bless.